introduction is fixed now. Sounds are on the thing. Hooray. Oh my goodness. Chloe, thank you so much for taking off the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful week. I think for most people it's a long weekend. Real day right now. Word on the wire. Okay, so Danganronpa. There's like just got rained out. Rained out? Rained out of what? I was supposed to mow for your mother. Well, depending on how you feel about mowing the lawn, that's either yes or oh. So, whichever one is appropriate, choose your reaction. Frustrating. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. So like, yeah, because if you finally like have the time for it, you've already like it's gonna be done, and I don't have to think about it anymore. But now it's like schedule it and blah. And yeah, and I can see it's frustrating. Okay. I think there's like 6 chapters in Danganronpa. I happened to peek it while at what the gifts are. And I don't think that I'm going to actually finish the game today. I know if I know Danganronpa, it'll seem like, oh, this is gonna be really quick. It's just the last couple of chapters are short compared to the others. This is gonna go by. I might even finish it this. I don't trust that. This might be the next to last stream. It might even need to be 2 more streams after this to really see it to complete. So I don't know yet, but we're gonna get as far as we can get for today, and we're going to probably finish it up next or the week after. But yeah, let's get Danganronpa. Coffee.
Danganronpa.
Yep, there's Toko. I had like a Google Doc of all the different notes, and I'm actually okay. What did we learn last time? I think the headmaster is behind all of this. School decided it needed to isolate students. Okay. But anyway, we need to do some updates here. Because this guy, he did. That's not what I meant to do. Format. Again, Alt-Shift. Dead. Okay, Sayaka, that's old news. Hifumi is dead. And then Chihiro, we already know. He's dead. Kyoko is alive. Junko, no. Sakura, alive. Yasuhiro, alive. Celestia, or Celeste, is dead. So the people we have alive left are Hiro, Byakuya. I spelled that wrong. Byakuya, Sakura, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. That's all that's left. So we're also quickly uncovering clues as to what's actually going on in this. Those are the notes. Got them on the side there. Guess it's free time, or?
Makoto.
Oh, that's right. Someone knocked on my door. That's where we left off. What's going on, Kyoko?
Indeed.
Hina just came to see me, and she was white as a ghost. Sakura okay? Things happened? Yeah, but what about that situation? What if a student kills themselves? As soon as I heard those words, suddenly I found myself wide awake. Yeah? Come to the rec room. Okay, let's hurry. Makoto, Kyoko, what's wrong? Something's not right. The rec room. There was a window on the rec room door, and I hurried to look. And when I did, Sakura? Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair, like she's bowing her head.
Hey.
Something happened? Huh? I was walking past. I happened to notice her. I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking, calling her name. She wouldn't respond. What should we do? What are we gonna do? I feel like I cursed Sakura by putting her in the title of the stream, saying I love Sakura, and now she's dead, probably.
Listen to me.
We're going to force our way in. I just said the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock. Really? The door is pressing up against something inside the room. With the chair?
In other words,
this door isn't locked, which means as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. There's no problem if we break in. Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. I'll go get something. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. Just unconscious, right? No, I see some stuff in there. Kyoko didn't reply. There's only silence. There's so many chemicals we had access to in that new place. Silence didn't last long. Found a broom.
Makoto. Please!
Pulled the broom, swung as hard as I could, aiming directly on the window, and it just took one hit. Crash! Stuck my hand through the now open window, started jostling the chair. It's heavy. Finally, the knob turned. Sakura! Hey, what's up, Manny? That was my first thought when I saw the title, Handor. When I laid my eyes on it. She's smiling? All I felt was cold death. No, Sakura! Okay, but the body discovery announcement needs to play.
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Sakura! I wanted you to make it out of here with us.
Huh? Sakura's...
She's gone.
Sakura's... dead? She's... really dead?
Heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. Could only look on at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura was really dead, checking for a pulse or a reaction? I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. Then she left the room, and why did this have to happen? I could say, repeated it over and over. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone. Ogre?
Yes, yes.
Bad, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed, I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you're gonna say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault.
It was one of you, Hiro Byakuya Toko. One of you killed Sakura.
What?
Go. You're accusing us before you've even begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. What makes you say he hated the sight of all of us? What are you talking about? One of you did it. I know it. What?
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on!
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer.
It's the Monokuma file!
Yay! Don't get so mad, Miss Asahina. We're gonna ruin that blue little face of yours. Now then, with that, hold on, there's something I wanted to ask you.
Huh?
It was you, wasn't it? You
Say
killed Sakura.
what?
Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again.
In other words,
Then I killed her? Sorry, not quite, actually. Not even close. The whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that. It saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
hey,
Gotta tell ya, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. What?
well done.
So I don't know who it was, but whoever the blackened is this time, I owe you one.
What is this?
Couldn't punish her? Oopsie, before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first.
Shing!
Because I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this?
Yeah,
I won't forgive you.
couldn't punish her? I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. Once again, how can you say that now? I don't have time for your squabble. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Let's decide who'll stand guard this time. Do it. I'm okay. Just let me handle it. I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Then Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
What?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. Then you watch the body.
that's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Let's settle. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say. But Hiro Byakuya Toko, one of you are allowed to step foot. None of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What?
It's your
One
fault.
of you killed Sakura.
I won't
I won't
forgive
let
you.
someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be daft. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. If here's further discussion would be a waste of time. Not a
It's
contract.
all clear.
I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Don't really care.
Ah.
I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy and You Hero, do you really object? You're gonna go that far. What can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so I
It's all clear now.
It's
What
decided.
are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
Correct.
For those of us still alive and to honor Sakura's memory. I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Who would want to touch a fully dead body?
Listen.
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation. Keep this in mind. We can't
listen to me.
killer. Let's face execution. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. We want to survive. We have to. It's kind of a hopeless hope. Okay, but she's smiling. So Kumophile. Time of death is around noon. Discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There's evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries noted. It seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting.
Hey,
Case this time might be a challenge.
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through, so it's a locked door case. The door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room, which means the killer would had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words...
This is the classic locked room murder. It could really happen in real life before your very eyes.
Hey,
I'd be curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. First is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means the killer commits his crime and through some special method steals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of it. Basic approaches include using string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed.
In other words...
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. Push a switch, and it fires a handgun, you shoot an arrow through a gap in the door.
However...
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have a gap to allow it. I think we can probably cross that one off.
It's true.
Third is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up.
In other
mean?
words...
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the victim. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds possible, but I don't think so.
It's true.
Fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all.
In other words...
There's actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not. Then you think we can cross that one off too? I believe so. When it comes to locker room mysteries, those are the basics. There are 4 possibilities. Which of those 4 choices seems the most likely?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus. Right now, I really can't say. See, the way the killer set up the locked room, we'll figure that out. Truth behind Sakura. Definitely a tough mystery. I need to. Sakura. Some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
That's you recognize?
Well...
I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack attacked me, right? After we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her down. Gave that candy to Sakura. Put a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. As soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. Hey, what's up, Deli? Really like them that much?
Cause, I mean...
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. Now they've lost all their flavor. You know. Polka dot candy. That could have been a method of poisoning. Shards of glass scattered all around the chair where Sakura was sitting on. Could be the object that's back of the head. All red, and these are the top and the bottom sections of the right. Must have originally been a bottle. Something else on the ground near the glass. Figure from the chessboard? It's in the palm of the hand. Is there a chessboard here somewhere? Protein Zyme. So much to look at in this room. Blood stain in front of the magazine shelf must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? This is where the blood was vomited. Can't look at this. What if she left a clue? Some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance.
So,
Looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved the protein. Mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of
Wrong.
things. I wouldn't take that to heart. Still, this protein can has got a label on it that says Chem A2. Reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of... So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
just a second.
That's strange.
Hey,
See what's scattered around the can? Yeah, the shards of glass? Must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So,
Can't say for sure yet. I'm probably gonna want to take fluid. Okay, well, what it means, if it's on top of the glass, is that the glass broke and then this fell on top of the glass. I don't see a chair in front of the door. I mean, there's a chair next to the door, but is this really what was used to block the door? This chair was shoved up against the doorknob. There's no evidence that that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. There's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Body. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. Obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she'd also vomited blood. See a trace of blood on her lips. What could have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. She ingested something. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. She ingested something.
That's fine.
Your eyes have landed on a most interesting location.
Naturally.
Don't you agree? Does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood obviously has to be why she... This is probably what the bottle came from. 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Yeah, look at that. Some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles.
so,
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. You know where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that? Maybe I have.
in other words,
This is the Monokuma version of that. The Monokuma bottle. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense. Little by little. Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. Monokuma figure we found on the ground. Red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? Shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence. I think it's safe to say the Monokuma bottle was... So... Oh, look at that! What's up with that? The locker's open, and there on the inside, there's tons of, like, handprints. Not just a handprint, there's multiple. What's the handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left the handprint and all the dust.
it's true.
Fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, I think. During all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group. I just don't know about that.
Wrong.
It's not a possibility. Why not?
Hey,
Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? The locker was already open at that point. Considering where the door is positioned, I'm having
Indeed.
trouble believing they could see that angle from the door. No way someone could have hidden there until after we opened it. So then, what does this handprint mean?
What the heck?
Ugly baby
Forgive
Cade.
you.
It was the... Not sure if I said that right. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? No. Let me help you find out more. Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her. Where? Right in the rec room. Really? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. When I saw her again after that, she told me, she said she'd left a note for each of them. He asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I don't think I know who Kate is. I heard it right from Sakura herself, and I tried to stop her. She wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, but she just wanted to. This is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Possible not to have. This account has been added to the truth. The fact that she'd asked those three to meet with her, asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time in case again dying. Ah, okay, yeah, this is the first Danganronpa game I've played, and I've never played it before. This is like a blind. Let's talk. Yeah.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. Yeah, like, talk. Make it quick. The true Sakura asked you to meet with her. So you found out. Interesting. What do you mean? It's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes, but what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? Didn't go see her. Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Dakia says he didn't go to see her. Is that the truth? Until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay. I don't know if that's possible if you're going to continue to stay in the room as me, but
However,
for Sakura to have been killed, she's not the type who would go down without.
it's true.
She certainly didn't. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise.
Certainly.
They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance of it. Guess I'll look at the magazines. Same shelf, there's all different kinds of magazines. Around 1 o'clock right now. Sakura died around an hour ago. Is that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego? I played the first and second, but only Toko is still. Did I talk to Kyoko? I don't think
Hey,
Who's? Oh, right.
certain.
I literally just saw. The door is the only way out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the found things have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of mechanism to the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Things examined both the door and the chair. There's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the shoved up. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. There was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. The killer must have created the locked room from the inside, not from the outside. Rec room door has been added to the truth bullet section.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished your general investigation? I think so.
So then,
You should probably go talk with people now. Cards, so I can.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. I love how people love to just walk me around. She's excited. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I should go talk to the others. Sakura went to meet with 2 other people. In the second and fourth game, it's funnier because during the class trial, because instead of you are arguing with people's statement, other people can argue with your statement too. Okay, I think I understand what. I didn't know there was a 4th. I only know about the 3rd one. This, like, little courtyard thingy is so weird to me. Like, there's no way that that goes to the outside. Like, it's rooms. It's like, it's literally rooms with some little courtyard balcony thing that you can't... Like, this part of the structure is just the weirdest thing to me. Anyway. Press the doorbell.
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Just wanted to check on something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with me.
What?
How did you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have special abilities awakened in you?
I'm
not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. When did Sakura tell you that? Well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She,
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and then she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. Gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So you went and met with Sakura.
You got it all wrong!
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely.
Actually...
Last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at me!
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see.
Hey, come on!
Looks like I don't have it anymore. Big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of it. When I did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. A candy wrapper!
What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again, shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out.
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked me to meet, but I never went, so if you excuse me. Oh hey, Knight, thank you for the hydrate. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Pocket trash. We know what that looks like. Wonder why Monokuma chose someone as dumb as Yasuhiro to participate in the game. Yeah, supposedly he's the ultimate clairvoyant, but I'm not buying it. Dead. Not dead. Dead. Not dead. 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 I didn't realize Kyoko had a room right next to him. Who am I missing? Toko, that's right. Wait, she's... I thought she was... Oh, there she is. Dead. Dead. Press the doorbell. Oh, it's Toko. Who's there? Most negative aura I've ever felt. Aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Till she sneezes.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
Didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
It is always a bad time. She slithered out into the hall. Okay.
What do you want?
Talk to you about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she asked to meet with him. She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious. Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I did get the note, but I didn't go to see her. I was scared. I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. That Toko quickly retreated. Heard from Toko and Hiro. We need to go to the chem lab. Chem lab. Yes. Chem lab. Going to the chem lab. I'm wondering if Toko is gonna actually end up killing Byakuya. Like, it'll be the easiest class trial ever, kind of thing. But, Franklin? And that's just something I'm wondering out loud. I'm not asking anybody or anything. Past the stairs. Past the stairs. Oh, I didn't pass the stairs. Come here. Come here, whiny pants. Don't think Shoko Genocide Jill would kill Byakuya? I mean, I'm just saying that's what Genocide Jill seems to do, is like she becomes obsessed with somebody and then she has these urges to kill. So it's more of just like a,
What?
You have your eye on the chem lab too? Make sure you don't get in my way. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf. I can't remember how big it is. Look. It's like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. What's important right now is that powder. Be careful not to step in it. Yeah, because somebody else already did. Footprints. Footprints, footprints. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? You may need to sketch out the floor plan. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and pen.
What?
Let's go, chop chop! Drawing up a sketch. What's this? Not bad, for you, I mean. I thought he'd be a lot more critical.
I see.
You look at it like this, interesting. Only had business on the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and turned and left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? I just got
What?
here. Let me see your shoes. I'll confirm their size. Wouldn't anyone's shoes that stepped in it would be, like, covered in the yellow powder? The feet appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Fortunately. With how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And they're valuable. C4? Cyanide, maybe? Looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. This powder must have been spilled on the time of the incident. That really is when it happened. It must be related to the case somehow. First of the powder has been added to the section. Yeah. Someone's come to join us. It's Franklin Cam. Who do I think killed Sakura? I haven't gathered enough evidence yet. This shelf is, well, look, nothing but dangerous chemicals. Poisons and powerful chemicals. They're labeled with the letter C and a number. Shelving section C. On this shelf, no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss.
What?
You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
Okay, whatever. Shut up. I didn't even say that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. labeled with the letter B and a number. Who do you think had the smartest murder plan so far? Probably Celeste. Don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this show. Like, unless you're very familiar with sleight of hand and, like, misdirection tactics, I think Celeste's case was pretty clever. And that's just so fun. See, what I'm thinking about right now like, it's possible that Byakuya is the murderer, but I don't think so. Byakuya strikes me as the kind of person to wait until there's only one other person left, like it's him versus them, and then to just kill them off, and then he doesn't have any competition. That is an absolutely secure victory. So I just have a feeling that that's his plan, is that he'll get to the very end, and then it'll probably be just him and Toko at that point, probably. So she would be the chattel, right? Just the sacrificial lamb, so to speak, for his escape. That probably is what's going on in his mind. So then that would leave like Hina or Kyoko. What I'm wondering, like, is it possible for someone to be their own murderer? Like, that's something that hasn't come into play yet. She said she was going to make it right. She was determined to make it right, and depending on who you talk to, make it right can mean a lot of different things. But at the same time, I don't think Sakura would be the kind of person to do that either. But it's technically a possibility. Unlikely, but technically possible. Hina might have killed her because she felt betrayed with the whole Sakura is a spy thing, which that was really weak. I gotta be honest, that felt really weak, where it's just Sakura is a spy and she's been working for the mastermind. But like, what does that mean? What exactly did she do? She didn't tell the mastermind about Chihiro, or like alter ego, I mean. It didn't tell him about that, so that flew under the radar. Like, I don't know that she informed him of anything that would have changed any outcome. So it's like, what kind of spy is that? Plus, he's got cameras everywhere, and he can hear people having conversations everywhere. Why would he need a spy? Like, it makes no sense. So it feels more like he set up a situation to make her appear guilty, and then craft the motivation for another murder to happen. All kinds of dietary supplements. The protein drink we found probably came from the shelf. The containers on the shelf are labeled with the letters A. Well, thank you for the follow. I guess I can consider this part of the shelving section. Also, can I call you Cade, or is there a nickname you prefer? Or do you want me to just call you Ugly a Baby Cade every time? Someone would put it there on accident. I gotta find out more about the shelving unit. Split into 3 sections. Dietary supplements, section B has reagents, and C has the Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from section A. What concerns me is that in section A there was a bottle with the label from section C. Was that a bottle of poison? What was a bottle of poison doing in section A? Okay. Definitely something going on here. MLab shelf has been added to the truth list. Alright. If I can look at this part, just note that there's no footprints. Better not leave a footprint. Probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. Remains of a broken bottle. You can see 4. And there's footprints. According to Byakuya. Oh. Maybe I should take another look at the dark room. Oops. Chem C9. So Chem C4 is scattered on the floor. Chem C9 is on the shelf in section A. Is it also possible to switch labels? That's unclear to me. Oops! No, 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 no. I didn't need to do that. I'm kind of sad that they didn't put the stairs going up and down, like, where it would make more sense, you know? Wait, rec room is on the 3rd floor, what am I doing? Like, most normal buildings do that, but this one doesn't. It's just very weird. Okay. In the beta game of Danganronpa 2, Hero dies, but it got removed. When you're mentioning that people are in, like, following episodes like Danganronpa 2, is it because they don't die in this game? Because I feel like that's a spoiler. Or are they like unrelated to each other? It's just like, here's a cast of characters and here's different situations they could possibly be in, but there's no running link between the games. Because if so, I'm just gonna ask that you not, okay, cool, thank you. Just checking! Along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. It's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Liar! Liar! Someone's lying.
Anyway.
I've made some progress of my own. Different characters? Okay, cool. Shelf of magazines, the Monokuma bottle. As these 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Okay. So, something I'm noticing, and it may not really be relevant, these bottles are of similar size and shape to the chemical C stuff. However, there's the little figure that's inside of the bottle. So like I said, maybe irrelevant, but it's just something I thought of. Also, there's this wrapper. What if the bottle smashed on her head was from somebody else that attempted to kill her, but she was already dead? So like they literally did that for no reason. Other than like, oh, she's asleep. I'm just gonna sneak in and I'm just, I got her. But she was already dead. And then there's this situation. So this looks like somebody who laid in wait. And the fact that it's covered in powder, could that be protein powder or powder from one of the chemicals? It's not yellow like the powder that was on the floor. But like, where did the powder come from? It could be chalk, like gymnast's chalk, but I haven't come across any chalk. So it's like, how did the powder get there? Maybe it's just dust and it's always been there. And the fact that there's so many handprints, that's also weird to me. Yeah, it could just be old dust. The inside, a handprint. It's a handprint, all dust.
It's true.
It's quite fresh. Most likely someone was hiding in the locker and they left behind a little extra.
Hey.
Before we opened the door, he looked inside the room. Yeah, and the locker was already open.
Indeed.
What does the handprint mean? Yeah. That's weird. So, I feel like that could be somebody who laid in wait, maybe to smash her over the head with one of these bottles. And someone poisoned her drink. this protein thing. So Chem A2. A2, that's gonna be one of the health thingies.
So...
Looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Chem A2. Must have gotten it from the
Hey.
chem lab. See what's scattered around the
Correct.
glass. Yep.
So...
She said to look over these things again, but it's not giving me any different information. Gave that to Sakura. After we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down. What if, what if Hina was looking to poison one of the other people? I mean, like, Hina is such a, like, in a state of mind that makes me wonder if she was intending to kill somebody, but then it ended up being Sakura by mistake. I don't know. Hina's weirding me out a little bit.
What the heck?
I already know who did it.
Forgive you.
Had to be one
Just
of
the
them.
worst.
Yeah. What am I supposed to look at exactly? The 3 things that have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over. Oh, okay, the Monokuma bottle then. New clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Right. Something new. Something new.
Hey,
Figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. You mean the chess pieces? You just tell me what it is?
So-
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so everyone can have confidence in the outcome. Not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer! I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with.
hey,
It's been updated? There's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm. You don't mind helping me, right?
anyway,
Gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle. Try to get the smaller pieces too.
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And Byakuya is
So
not
then-
here. I need to get something from the chem lab while I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. So I wonder if someone broke the bottle to mask the appearance of other glass. Like, putting it back together, there's going to be extra pieces that don't fit with the rest of it.
So then,
Let's get to work.
in other words,
We're going to use it to compare weights. Pieces of glass you collected in one of the Monokuma bottles. Oh, okay, that's far more clever, rather than trying to put it back together. Makes sense when you're done. Yeah. Okay. So she's going to
Listen.
gauge if the broken pieces... Let's compare the weight of 2 normal bottles. It's
in
balanced.
other words,
They all weigh about the same, which makes sense. Monokuma figures inside are basically the same. Nothing else could really affect the
so
weight.
then,
Here comes the important part. With all the pieces you picked up on one side, we would expect to see that they'll balance out.
so then,
Let's give it a try. Oh, look at that. Extra glass. Extra glass.
I knew it.
Just as I
In
thought.
other words,
Results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all
Hey.
together, I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. What do you think? It's all on you. Yeah, so there was another chemical bottle that was brought here into this room and broken. And then someone else broke another bottle to mask the appearance. That's what I would do. But then where's the contents of that chemical bottle? Said the magazines. Hiding a clue. Oh, an upside down magazine. Someone put it back that way on accident?
hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore it in detail, don't you think? Picked it up and flipped it. Oko. Toko? This be a dying message? It
Correct.
would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this
So,
dying message? Someone used their finger to write it.
however,
Just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It's already like that when I found it a little while ago. Make sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Is that? It says Toko, right? Looks like it. But she's the killer, right? Hasn't been confirmed
I
yet.
cannot forgive you.
What if the killer came in behind and used the blood with her own finger to write the name? Like, what if it wasn't written by Sakura? Yeah, no, I never jump to conclusions in this game. Like, I'll theorize and postulate till the cows come home, but it's all theorizing. Like, it's none of it's like, yeah, this is totally what happened. Okay, what does she say? The bottle, the magazines, and the what? Sakura herself? Oh, okay.
Just a second.
Staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. I know,
Hey.
but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
Whew.
There's no getting around it. Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to
It's
it.
true.
That's normal. And how can you?
So,
Oh, she's touched a lot of dead bodies, huh? Never mind.
Hey.
Okay, let's just gloss over that. Ooh, there's that yellow powder.
correct.
See that yellow powder on her instep? This really stands
I
out.
see.
That powder is clue number 1. The mowers are here. Yellow powder has been added to the truth bullets.
Hey.
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. Let me just explain.
It seems.
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow. Oh, her talent? I think she could be like the ultimate like the ultimate secret agent, or the ultimate spy, or the ultimate investigator, ultimate like crime scene solver, you know, just something like that. The ultimate mystery, the ultimate mysterious person, like something like that. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
That's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Probably more like ultimate investigator, because at first I was thinking like ultimate agent or ultimate spy, but then the way that she does her thing, she's like the ultimate, ultimate investigator. Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. So she was hit more than once. Got distracted for a second. Is it time?
You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so
Forensic
boring,
analyst?
I
Ooh, that's a
couldn't
good
stay
idea, Della.
awake.
Ultimate forensic analyst.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Already time. Because we're going to find out more information throughout the class trial. That's just how this goes. This investigation was so much shorter than the other ones. Every weekend to meet up one after the other. And then... Locked room murder mystery. These emojis are killing me. I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Oh my god. No matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it's positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. Hilarious. This is just plain creepy.
Well,
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put it in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? Does make it seem sad.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Please get on the elevator. The heck was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting
Don't
casual.
be mean.
I didn't murder anyone.
What the heck?
I'm innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Ironically, she is a murderer, just maybe not the murderer in this case. I'm surprised. Well, poisoning is, I think the main method. It's unclear though, did the poisoning kill her first, or was the blow to the head that finished her off? And yet someone killed her. That person is here? One of us? Time to put an end to this. Normally I talk to like all the characters before going down the elevator, but they never have anything valuable to say. They're always just like, and then you just go down the elevator. And I felt it begin its sinister descent. Go lower and lower. Ride was. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? It's so few. You must be so lonely. Say it's like it's not your fault. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned feats. So the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment. Yep. And now I finally know how to do the not the bullet time events, but I know how to do one of them better now. Okay. Time of death is estimated to be around noon. Body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor. Evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. It seems at some point suffered violent vomiting of blood. The chair had been jammed against the door, blocking access from the outside. It's believed that the killer did this to create a locked room scenario. I wonder if the protein shake was sitting on the chair, and then when the chair was moved, like the glass was broken, so it all fell to the floor. Which, how did the glass not get onto the chair? It should have fallen partially onto the chair. Well, whatever. Let's just pretend that in this magical world, the glass, like, shot forward far enough that it didn't actually get on the chair. And then when they moved the chair, the protein drink, like, fell off of it onto the floor and then on top of the glass. Alright. Sakura was found dead, seated in a chair, slumping forward. Traces of blood were found around her mouth, presumably from when she vomited blood. However, there was no injury or indication of why she would have vomited blood. Bloodstain was found in front of the shelf of magazines. The blood is presumed to be Sakura's. There's currently no explanation for how a bloodstain would have appeared so far away where the victim was found. At one point, Hina had been injured and taken to the nurse's office. After she was taken care of, she gave a piece of candy to Sakura. According to Hina, she had monopolized this candy as soon as it had become available, so obtaining a piece would have been difficult to impossible. Yet, Yasuhiro had a wrapper. Who would Sakura trust to not poison her and instead give them a protein shake? Yeah, I think that would be Hina. Like I said, Hina is looking really sus, but there's usually new information or new details that come about in the class trial. So I'm like wondering if there's going to be a twist or a turn. But it's possible that Hina felt betrayed by Sakura and angry in such a way that she decided to murder Sakura and pin the blame on somebody else. And then gave Yasuhiro a piece of candy and acted like, oh, you know, here's this piece of candy, like, I'm sorry about earlier, whatever, to make him look suspicious. And then to double down, so at least one of them would be picked, she used Sakura's own blood to write the name Toko on the magazine and then placed it there upside down so that it would be seen. Pieces of red glass scattered near the table in the rec room. After finding the top and bottom pieces, it was concluded the shards must have come from the bottle. Monokuma figure was found laying on the rec room floor. It would roughly fit in the palm of your hand. Number of red bottles on the shelf in the rec room. Inside each bottle is a Monokuma figure. There seems to be some kind of unknown correlation between the bottles. Well, the chess pieces, I would think. Empty protein drink was found near the rec room door. The container had a label reading Chem A2. The shards of glass from the window that was broken to get into the room were found both around and underneath the container. Fresh handprint was found inside the rec room's open locker. Since the locker was open before they opened the locked room, there's no way someone was hiding in there before they arrived. Hina's account. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yasuhiro asking them to meet her in the rec room by noon. She had slid these notes underneath each person's door. Byakuya confirmed that he received Sakura's note, but also claimed he never went to see her and in fact had not seen her at all that day. Kyoko confirmed she received Sakura's notes, but also claimed she never went to see her. A small bit of garbage accidentally fell out of Yasuhiro's pocket. There's a piece of paper with red polka dots. Yellow powder was found on the instep of Sakura's foot. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1. No blood was found on either of her hands. All of the Monokuma bottles appear to be roughly the same weight. When the bottle shards were weighed against the intact bottle, these shards were found heavier. On the magazine shelf, one magazine had been put back upside down. Inside the magazine, thank you for that lurk loss, Coco's name had been written in blood. It assumed that whoever wrote it used their finger to do so. On the shelf of the chem lab, Section A contains supplements, B contains reagents, Section C contains harmful chemicals. A bottle of poison labeled as Section C had been placed in Section A on the shelf. Yeah, and then look at the way that bottle looks, that C9 chem bottle. It looks similar to the Monokuma bottles. And see, here it is again. There was a broken bottle in the front of the chem lab shelf, labeled Chem C4. Powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would had to have been spilled after the incident took place. The fact that yellow powder was on the instep of Sakura's shoe, although in the picture it looks like it's on the outer part. I thought the instep was like the inner arch of the foot. Anyway, the fact that there's yellow powder on top of the shoe leads me to believe that this bottle was dropped while Sakura was getting the protein powder out of the cabinet. So someone dropped this and then it spilled over and then landed onto her shoe as well. So I think Sakura might have left those footprints, so I'm not sure. I don't know why Byakuya came to the conclusion that it had to have been spilled after the incident took place. Someone had left footprints in the powder spilled in the chem lab. These footprints appeared only near the leftmost section of the shelf. From this, it can be assumed that the suspect only had business in this area. Oh, I went 4 SP. Increases focus gauge. Increase the time limit for each phase. Steadies your aim. That's really helpful. Reduces your aim speed. Focus gauge recovers more quickly. Effective during the non-stop debate. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Allows you to lock onto 2 statements at once. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Whoops. I was just trying to turn off the cat camera.
We already
Right,
know
it's
who
not-
did it.
Whoa! Deja vu!
Yeah, really.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I
Baka.
had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
You must have some reason for believing that.